When you could find awesome people, awesome companies with maybe a little bit of bad news and a huge sell off in the stock, that's widely known as one of the best times to buy. But what if you could buy stuff ridiculously cheap and like almost zero risk? Have I lost my mind, or do I got two bangers? One I've definitely talked about before, but I'm bringing it up again. Why? Why do I talk about stuff? Because it's still cheap. Ticker SVSVW. It's about the fifth time I've talked about this. You could have made a ton of money swinging this thing so far. What are we talking about today? We've got two stock SPAC warrants that did have LOIs. They had companies they were bringing to the stock market, but whatever happened, it didn't work out. It doesn't matter right now, okay? What matters is we can get these banging teams for dirt cheap. In fact, maybe it's a good thing they lost who they had. Maybe the next one they have lined up is going to be better. All I know is what the chart's telling me on the SVSVW is it's almost absolutely the cheapest it's ever been. When I was first doing my videos, I think this thing was like, I don't know, 90 cents, $1.10 or something. We still multiplied, of course, still going to multiply because they ended up getting Arrow Farms, remember, which is a really cool target. People just had problem with valuation because it is definitely growth, hard to show a lot of revenue at the moment. Whatever, we don't have any more, the deal fell through. So where are we left? Where are we at? We're sitting at 64-cent warrants. Now, in my eyes, this is as tier one as I like to get. I'm a big believer that if you go to tier one, too high up on the totem pole, like big celebrities, for instance, big people in finance that feel like they have absolutely zero to prove anymore, they start acting like it. But when you get the guys who are kind of top tier in their sector, but maybe it's their first or second SPAC and they got something to prove to the bigger boys, those are the ones that usually do the best. You notice that? I have. These guys are going to make a name for themselves. In fact, Spring Valley Acquisition Corp has their second SPAC already out. The paperwork started on that early this year, so, well, we knew about it 10 months ago, so I'm sure the paperwork started 6 months before that. What does that mean? These guys probably still have more targets lined up, probably for this one and the next one. I think we're going to get a LOI or a rumor at least any time, any second on this one. And why not buy it when it's on almost all-time lows? If we get a company which, again, wasn't really widely regarded as a great target, except for me, I thought it was awesome, it still would run 430% green. Now, worst case scenario, I think mediocre, terrible ESG targets still usually hit about $1.50 at least. Soak, remember, hit 220. We're talking like a 4x multiplier worst case scenario if you hold for under a year. Gee, do you think you'd look like a hero in front of all your friends if you could show a 4x return in just 1 year? Think about it, folks. Sometimes it just comes down to charts, mechanics, numbers. Rip the emotion out. Look at the charts, okay? Second one should be coming any second. First one, we're waiting on another. I don't get it. If you don't remember, I was calling this one the Lion Electric. Remember when I called that a lion? Called that a lion. First one to do video on lion. It was basically the Canadian big energy guys that I was saying they got something to prove. It was basically the same thing, but this time we got America Bros that are running this one. So I was calling this one Lion 2.0. I still am. Just a little refresher. You can go watch other videos I've done on this, but for instance, the CEO of Spring Valley, he's helping run who? Renewable Energy Group. Have you heard of that? Maybe your boomer friends have. Ticker REGI. Yeah, this is a $52 stock with 900 employees, revenue last year of $2.2 billion. Okay, so the guy helping run this $2.2 billion a year company is the guy heading Spring Valley. And then look at the risk on this. The risk is almost completely off. And look at the potential upside. This is just an absolute no-brainer. I'm still piling into these warrants. Join me now before it's $1.50 maybe. How about another one? Do you remember this one, Velo, ticker Velo? Maybe not. Maybe you don't. Probably not. Wasn't too popular. Velo W, the warrant we're talking about here, same situation. They had a target. What was the target? In fact, this target came out when SPACs were not cool at all, and it still went from where 62 cents, 75 cents on up to $1.40, all up to $1.40. So, about 120% increase when SPACs were dead and not cool. They're going to take like this big, huge like barbecue company that does like actual physical barbecue grills. They have revenue, all that. That one didn't end up working out. So we got quote unquote bad news. And what happened? People sold off. So guess what? Your homie's waiting on the sideline like, yep, keep going down. And look at that. Chart tells me it's pretty much floored out. By the way, these units came with 1/3 of a warrant. So that means it's not as diluted as most, where most units come with 1/2. These only come with 1/3 units stuffed inside their units, that stuffed crust pizza. So if you can get a 1/3 unit SPAC for around 60 cents, as long as it's not China, I'd buy it. But add on top of the fact that, guess who's running this? Guess who? Can you name it? Did you give up? How about the same team that might have done GNOG? Oh my goodness, is it? Remember Gold Nugget Online Gaming? Here's the commons that have reached, what, $26? A $26 common would make the warrants valued at approximately $10. If we can get to half of $10, we are 8xing our money, 10xing our money from 68 cents. Now, is the next target going to be GNOG? Probably not. But let's say worst case scenario, it's another barbecue company or whatever. We're still 2xing our money, over 2xing our money. And this was when SPACs are dead. I think this barbecue thing would have actually ended up probably going to $3 or $4 eventually. It's terrible, right? 2, 3, 4xing your money. Better case, 5, 10xing your money. Where are we going to go? This is, again, no one's talking about this one, but check it out. Where are they actually targeting on this? First one, ding, ding, ding. This thing would fly if they got and went for speed of technology changes from their website. Digital enterprise spending has catalyzed and convenience of long-term trends, including blockchain. So crypto, if they go crypto, dude, 4x, easy. We're going to 4x our money. Number 2, machine learning, AI, will 4x our money. 5G, 3D printing, 4x our money. Quantum computing, we'd 4x. Robotics, we'd 4x. Cloud, 4x. Cybersecurity, 4x. Gaming, streaming, banking, payment centers, system stuff, blah, blah, blah. All the cool, growthy stuff that's hyping is where we're going with this. Any of these, we are 4xing our money. Very worst case scenario, in the worst setup, we would 2x. Think about it, folks. Led by some good dudes who have proven SPAC records, track records in the SPAC development market. Pretty cool guys. Again, we're not talking like, Chamaths here, but I'd rather not have Chamaths because look at the targets Chamath has actually been pulling. They're terrible. People still buying it because it's got the brand that he's built through his first acquisition that made him cool. Maybe that's why. Again, I'm getting with these guys that still have something to prove, even though they've already done and helped with GNOG. I think we still got a little bit of ways to go. Worst case scenario, I say we 2x our money. It's an absolute no-brainer. Did you know that we have a Discord? Join it. Links down in the description. Got to join the Patreon. Get over there. But I assure you, we've got the most diverse group that prints 24/7, 365 all day long. Thanks for watching this video. Please share it. Any other tickers that I'm totally missing? Had to bring these last minute 2 up that I think are getting ready to bang. Thanks for watching.